My nanny was giving my baby cold baths in ice water, saying, "Soft children become weak adults. Stop crying, Noah. Weakness leaves the body through tears, and we're eliminating yours." The words jolted me awake at 6 in the morning. Through the baby monitor, I heard ice cubes clinking against porcelain. My 6-month-old son's screams were inhuman, primal, wrong. I grabbed my phone and opened the monitor app. The video showed Olivia holding Noah under running water, his tiny body convulsing. I was running before my brain fully processed what I was seeing. The bathroom door stood open. Noah was submerged to his shoulders in the sink, ice water surrounding him, his lips purple-black, his eyes rolled back. He'd stopped screaming. Now he just made these broken, gasping sounds. Olivia stood over him with her phone in one hand, completely calm, watching a timer count down on her screen. "He's almost done." She looked up at me with genuine pride in her eyes. "Just 2 more minutes and his toughness score improves to level 4. He's been stuck at level 3 for a week, but this session is finally breaking through his resistance threshold. The Strong Start method says babies who can handle 12-minute cold immersions develop superior stress immunity. We're building something remarkable here, Mr. Whitmore. Noah is becoming what modern children aren't capable of being anymore. Strong, resilient, unbreakable." She tilted her phone toward me. An app displayed Noah's photo next to progress bars labeled cold tolerance, pain threshold, and sleep deprivation resistance. All were climbing toward a goal marked optimal hardness. See, his cortisol adaptation curve is finally trending upward. The crying always stops once they accept that comfort is weakness. I ripped Noah from the water. His body was ice cold and rigid, his skin mottled blue and white like marble. He wasn't shivering, which some buried instinct told me was catastrophically wrong. His breathing was rapid and shallow, his eyes glassy and empty. He didn't react when I pulled him out, didn't cry or move or recognize me at all, just hung limp in my arms while water dripped onto the tile. My wife Catherine appeared behind me, saw Noah, and started screaming. Her voice sounded distant and muffled, like I was underwater too. All I could focus on was my son's blue lips and the way his chest barely moved with each breath. "Call 911. My voice came out steady somehow, even though my hands were shaking so hard I could barely hold Noah. Catherine was already dialing, describing symptoms in sharp, panicked bursts. Olivia stood perfectly still in the corner, her face showing concern now, but not the right kind of concern. Not fear that she'd hurt a baby, more like disappointment that I'd interrupted her work. "You're making a mistake," she said quietly, tucking her phone into her pocket. "Modern parents coddle their children until they're incapable of handling any discomfort. The Strong Start method corrects decades of soft parenting. Dr. Reeves designed this program specifically to combat the epidemic of weakness in this generation. Noah was progressing beautifully until you interfered. Get out." I stepped between her and Noah, my whole body coiled with rage I'd never felt before. "Get the fuck out of my house before I throw you out myself." Olivia picked up her bag from the counter with measured, deliberate movements. No rush, no shame, just a professional gathering her belongings after completing a task. "I'll need to report this interruption to the program coordinator," she said, pulling out a business card and setting it on the counter. "Dr. Reeves requires documentation when parents resist the protocol. It affects Noah's long-term outcomes if training gets disrupted during critical development windows. You're supposed to trust the method, Mr. Whitmore. That's what your wife agreed to when she signed up." The words hit me like cold water. Signed up. Catherine had signed up 8 months ago when she was pregnant and terrified of raising a weak child in a harsh world. She'd mentioned it once, some parenting program she'd found online. I'd been working 70-hour weeks at the firm, barely present during her pregnancy, nodding along to her anxieties without really listening. I'd thought it was prenatal classes or something harmless. "Catherine canceled that," I said, my voice tight. "She told me she changed her mind before Noah was born." Olivia's expression remained patient, like she was explaining something obvious to a slow child. "The contract states that once a Strong Start nanny is placed, the program continues regardless of parental hesitation. Parents often lose their nerve when they see their babies experiencing necessary discomfort. That's why Dr. Reeves built override protocols into every contract. The nanny maintains authority over developmental training even if parents waver." She headed toward the door, pausing to look back at Noah, who still hadn't moved or made a sound in my arms. He was so close to level 4. Now we'll have to start the cold adaptation cycle over from the beginning. Such a waste of progress. Full story on my channel and linked below.